most of that?
I do. It's just downstairs. I brought just the one kind of block to get the walls done, and I'm gonna go get the other two kinds to do accent.
Huh. That's actually.
Let's pull that.
I'm interested to see how it turns out.
I am very much optimistic about it. I think it's going to turn out really nice. It's looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, I need to ask Chabby about if he found shells, Nautilus shells.
He has. He's been selling them to me. I guess you're looking for them for making a conduit?
Yep.
Yeah. The ones that he's gotten so far he's sold to me, but I can let him know that you're looking for them too. He's off.
Would be great.
He's off to breakfast right now, so he might be back or he might not be. Depends if he falls asleep.
Chabby's always on, so even when you don't see him.
He was actually on earlier, restocking his potions because both Aroha and Zook here have been hitting his potions pretty well.
They're so useful.
Water breathing, man. It's a lifesaver.
For me, it was fire resistance.
Yeah.
I was doing something which completely failed.
Doing anything in the nether, it's like fire resistance is just a gimme.
Did I say end or did I say nether?
You didn't say which, but I was guessing nether.
Okay.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's gonna look so good. And there's just a teeny little taper of it left to do up here.
I'm stuck between two designs. Underwater temple made out of quartz or an underwater temple made out of gold.
Why don't you build El Dorado, the lost city of gold?
I would, but I have no idea what that looks like.
Yeah, it looks like anything you want to build out of gold.
Did you just tell me to use my imagination? Ew.
I dare you to use your brain.
Trust me, that's something we both don't want.
Oh, that's cool the way
we play video games to avoid doing that. You know it.
Look at how cool that looks. It just tapers off to a little green point.
That's kind of neat.
If I use my brain, I would go to school.
I left the coal because I'm like, fuck it. The coal was there before. Might as well stay there.
Coal's natural.
Yep.
It brings out the blue.
He gives it a little contrast.
That's actually the two colors don't. You think they don't go well together, but actually it looks pretty good.
All in all, it turned out really, really nice. I like it. Get out there. There you go.
Did you even put a dent into your supply?
I brought down a bunch of stacks. I didn't check exactly how much.
But she probably had 2,000 bricks of that at least.
Oh, I would say all of that.
I'll
see how much I have left when I go down there to grab the dark stuff, and feel like it put a decent amount to use, but I don't feel like I'm short. I don't feel like I'm in any danger of running out.
My OCD would make me finish the walls down to the water.
Yeah, she wouldn't be able to do
Oh.
the imperfect job that I'm doing, leaving.
Nah, I needed to read that a couple of times before getting it.
Some people are not able to tolerate unevenness in their design, like lack of symmetry, for example.
Yeah, it'd probably irk Bartis.
Yeah, I feel like Bartis would probably be able to appreciate the beauty of it, but not do it himself.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take this up a little higher in here.
But making some things unsymmetric sometimes is good. Sometimes.
There we go. That gives it a little bit more field of depth. Maybe I'll bring this up just a little bit.
Question, that random piece that's sticking out right next to the coal on the right side and the left side?
Yeah.
Another piece of coal next, like the formation that the prismarine makes? Which is smooth. Like, why is it like that? Was that just how the stone was?
Nope, I built that cave entirely, and I wanted it to look natural. So I gave the edge that rough finish, and I made the ceiling of it not even, so there was little air spaces in between some of the blocks, and just tried to make it look as natural as I could. Looks good?
Yeah, looks good.
Awesome.
Now all you need to do is go in the back of the cave, dig a few blocks into the sand, place it down a treasure chest, and now you're a pirate.
Yar, matey. Yar. Now, what is... You know what? I can get away with this.
I wonder how many people it's gonna annoy that there's two random pieces of coal there.
Okay. Redstone still works. There we go.
Wait, is that how squids... Wait, look at the squid spread. Is that how squids... Is that how the texture pack makes a squid look?
Yep.
Kraken child.
It looks really good.
Oh, you added a gate.
Yeah, I got a gate in here now.
I'm cool, now I can break in.
You have the ability to teleport in here, don't lie.
I also have the ability to fly in.
Exactly.
It's cool riding up in a boat and playing like you're sieging the castle.
Well, you know where the switch is. It's not hard to open and
How
close
does
the gate.
how does it work? You can move bars, but I thought bars weren't movable.
Bars are movable. Like that, and the bars pull in into the walls.
Sticky pistons?
Yep.
Neat.
And then when the bars push back out, they rejoin and form a connected texture.
Okay, for a minute, I feel like I should know this.
Pick up all that.
But isn't the bar in the middle annoying?
The bar in the middle isn't a problem at all. because it's so skinny once the it's so skinny once the other ones move aside, like so. It's barely even there. So you got lots of room to sail by and enter or exit. Let's pick those up. There we go. Oh, this one here isn't done. Do just a little bit of granite here. Oh, you shit. Oh, good. Just knocked out a torch. Whew. Pull this down here. Is it because of all the cool redstone stuff you can do, or because of the fact that you play Minecraft as well, that Minecraft's more interesting than Ark?
Parakeet. Parakeet.
The fuck?
I was hoping I would get it before it started again. I guess you heard that. My off-work ringtone is Strong Sad saying parakeet, and then Strong Mad saying to him, "Did you just say parakeet?" That's it. That's the whole thing.
Okay.
It's exactly as ridiculous as it sounds. And it's my ringtone because it makes me laugh this much. Yeah, being able to see other people's designs and get inspiration from them or steal ideas from them, compare notes, like it's pretty satisfying. I enjoy looking at what other people have built and oh yeah, that's really neat. I could do this and make it fit in my thing, or I could do this and adapt it to my purpose. That part's really satisfying for me. There we go. Now this whole thing is prismarined up, with the exception of the floor, which is sand. Oh, that looks
Okay.
That looks good. So I'm leaning towards peeling this layer of stone out, the one that I'm sticking torches on, and doing it in prismarine as well. So it's just like a fin of prismarine in the middle of all that gray.
Alright.
I think I've got enough on me to do it realistically. That is this layer right here. Why have I got cobblestone up here?
Water and lava?
Maybe. This is above where the lava came up, though. I wonder if I just had thrown the cobblestone down, because I wasn't sure the level that this thing was going to. And I never got around to cleaning it back out. Because I hate the look of cobblestone just sticking out like that.
You don't cobble. Who doesn't like cobble?
Ugh, cobblestone. Alright, I've been playing since cobblestone was like the only building material you had, so I'm kind of sick of cobblestone. Especially when there's so many more interesting materials.
Name
I can't say anything. My house is wood planks.
See, even wood planks are more interesting. And yeah, we had those at the beginning too, I guess, but there was
We had one kind. We had wood plank.
yeah, we had oak plank. That was it.
How long have you guys been playing the game?
September 10th, 2010. The registration server went down because there was too many requests. And so Notch was like, alright, enjoy the free weekend of Minecraft, everybody. After the weekend, I'm going to get the registration server back up and running. And so Stance was like, hey, you got to come try this game while the server's down and the weekend is free. And I'm like, okay. So that was the weekend that we started actually playing the game any amount, and that was still early alpha when you couldn't do multiplayer and have like minecart tracks. If you had minecart tracks in multiplayer, it bogged the server down and you couldn't move. You like physically were stuck in place.
Okay, so if you haven't played, sheesh.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about games back then. Wait, nah, I was playing outside.
That was back when I used to get sunlight.
Old school upbringing.
That was back in Digital's 30s.
Don't remind me.
Low blow.
Every now and then I like reminding him because, I'm still in mine.
I've wasted my 30s playing Minecraft. Yes. That's literally an entire decade of my life.
Waste is not the correct word. Infested it.
Invested, yeah. Let's go with that word. It definitely sounds better.
Yeah, just to make you feel better.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So Araha went to bed like 2.5 hours ago and still isn't asleep.
Put the damn phone down.
Do you have any idea how hard it is to watch porn if you put the phone down?
Well, you will be surprised.
Not if you have it Bluetooth to a projector.
Oh, Araha, invest in a Bluetooth projector. That'll solve all the problems.
Or you can just use your imagination.
Says the guy who didn't want to use his imagination.
Hey, imaginating is hard, okay? Especially when I have to see it every time I do /home. Why can't I count? I've been to school in 2 months and I've already lost the ability to count. God.
Yeah, math is overrated.
Yeah, I'm more of a physics person.
I mean,
It's
really,
not like you need that.
you could use a calculator to figure out complex math stuff.
Yeah. Why learn math when there's a calculator?
Because then you're that person working at Walmart that looks confused when you tell what the change is going to be before they actually tell you.
Yeah, when the cash registers stop working because the power goes out and they can't do their job anymore. That's...
Oof.
Yeah.
Well, no, I was there a week or two back, and they asked if I wanted to donate to whatever children's charity thing. I'm like, sure, why not? It's like, well, how much do you want to donate? And I'm like, well, what's the total at right now? And she tells me the number. I'm like, okay, we'll add an extra, like $3.72 to make it the next $5 thing. And it looked like she wanted to grab her phone to figure out if I was right or not. Like, trust me.
What? How old is the question I want to ask?
She looked like she's probably 17 or 18.
Oh, that's my generation. Oh, that makes me happy. If you could only see there's a literal tear going through my. I'm not through. There's a tear on my. Just a tear of pure disappointment. I have faith in my generation. Oh, by the way, could you press F3 for me and tell me where you are? I'm just curious.
Sorry, that me?
Yeah. The experience.
X 12,000, Z 28,000.
So
I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Kingdom.
I'm about 12,000 blocks away from home because my home's at negative like 400, and then 29,000.
I could probably make it to you, but like going through places I haven't loaded in because my PC isn't the best.
Oh, it would take a while to get here.
Oh, that looks
Maybe 10.
really freaking sharp. I like that.
Oh no. Don't give
Nice.
genitals sharp thing.
That turned out really nice. Mushy, Aroha says she's like 10 years older than you and still does math in her head.
Yeah, but does she use her fingers?
What's wrong with the math in your? Oh, okay. So she's it's not like I said that I use the calculator for everything. It's just for convenient things like sine. How did people used to calculate sine and the cosine of stuff if a calculator did not exist?
On a piece of paper with a pen. I know how to do that stuff.
Abacus.
I was taught how to do that in math.
No, that's a test would take 5 to 10 years doing that.
No, it took longer to do sine and cosine that way, but I had a teacher that specifically taught us how to figure that out, how to do that, so we'd understand the math of what's happening. Hey, Joshy boy. Basically, he wanted people to understand what the process was that the calculator was doing, so that they understood what the what the whole thing was and how it worked.
Respectable teacher, good teacher.
Yeah, everybody hated it, but I mean, I understood what he was doing. He wanted us to learn the old way so we could understand the math of it and understand what's going on. I couldn't do cosine and sine for the life of me now, but I used to be able to do it. I was taught that, and I still knew how to do it years after I graduated high school, just because it was a thing I was taught.
Yeah, but tell me, did you ever use it though?
Oh God, no! I never had use for it in any of my day-to-day life. But that's the kind of thing. It's super niche, usable knowledge. English people are way smarter than Americans, says Joshy Boy Cool, who has misspelled the word R as a single letter.
And then how do you spell the word R? It's a
With,
single letter.
with 3 letters, not 1.
No. On the internet, it's a single letter.
Yes, and valid point. I'm not English. I'm neither English nor British.
They think you're slow because you're from Canada, eh?
Yeah. See, I'm not even from America. I'm from Canada.
And don't try that bullshit North America stuff.
No.
I don't get it. Digital isn't nice. Like the Canadians that you see, the stereotypical Canadian. The things he does to Aroha and Chibi are like beyond, like they're, I want to say mean,
I'm
just not nice.
I'm just busting your balls, Joshy. How you doing? I am not mean, like, you know.
I never said you were mean. I just said you were not nice.
He's not malicious.
Yeah, it's not malicious. I pull pranks and jokes and stuff, but most of it's not harmful. Occasionally it turns out to be, but it's not the intent.
I've never seen anything harmful, but
Well, tell that to Bardis' forearm.
who?
Hey, I was
What?
drunk. Things we do when we're
He
drunk.
set his arm on fire.
No, he chose to set his own arm on fire.
That's what I said. He had to set his arm on fire.
He didn't have to. He chose to.
Well, I would have chose the same thing.
That's a sick party trick.
He set it on fire himself. I had almost nothing to do with it.
Almost.
Yeah, I was barely involved.
That's what she said.
See, the things we do when we're drunk, we can't be held nearly as accountable for.
Not going there.
Wow. Okay.
I didn't say we can't be held accountable for. I said nearly as much. Otherwise, you set a dangerous precedent. Accountability at all times? North America would end.
The rest of the world will be fine, I think.
Yeah, probably. I feel like in North America, people use alcohol as an excuse for bad behavior a hell of a lot more often than they should.
Yep.
Okay. Or am I to Australian or a German?
Alright, now let's see if I can get Did I get all of that up there? No, I didn't.
Doesn't everybody use alcohol as an excuse to do stuff they want to do, but they can't? I thought that's what alcohol was used for.
Some people like to use it as a way to say they are free of their inhibitions. But really, if they did it drunk, they could have done it sober.
They wanted to do it sober, probably. I mean, case in point, the thing that Zook's referring to has happened sober on many occasions.
Wait, he has done it multiple times?
No, the incident leading to why he set his arm on fire.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's happened more times than I can count. Which really
Says a lot more about you than him.
it should be a thing that should be more of a concern to me than it is. Why would I ban you for saying you're George Floyd? What do I care if you say you're George Floyd?
Who's George Floyd?
Exactly. I think he was like the founder of Pink Floyd.
Okay, this is just gonna lead to a bunch of questions.
Pink Floyd is a band. They play
Yeah,
music.
don't know us. Yeah, okay. Okay, now I know.
Okay. They're from the like 60s and 70s.
There's
And-
no way that I know that normally.
No, it's
Absolutely.
super old. Okay.
No, not
so
because it's super old. It's because I don't really listen to bands that often at all.
I used just about 2 full rows of those regular prismarine blocks. So that's 640 twice minus 130.
You.
So like 1300, 1200, call it 1150 roughly is what I used.
Nice. Go to my shop quick, and there's something in there. I wanna see what it looks like as an accent piece. I just found it in a town,
Oh, the glazed terracotta.
and it's the blue one.
Yeah. I've got some of those in here, I want to say. No, I've got the color terracotta. I haven't recooked it. I haven't glazed it. But yeah, all 16 of the colors of clay, you can bake it, color it, and then rebake it to get that kind of a funky finish on it.
Okay.
If you check out the market here at Spawn, this is the one that you've got up there, right here.
Oh yeah, I know what it looks like. I took it off of a broken down tower type thing.
Oh yeah. I can't go to bed, Arrowhead. I'm still eating my fries.
And he's got like 4 more hours of that.
Oh god, you have no idea. There's a 2-pound box of fries. I'm not eating the whole fucking thing, but there's a lot. So fat.
Did you say 2 like buckets of fries?
2 pounds of fries.
About a kilo.
Yeah.
Okay, I can work with that. Oh, I'll just Google this. Version from. My game's frozen, so I can't go to sleep.
Oh no. There we go. Boop. There we go. Oh, that looks super cool. It's the little green accent strips here and there.
Oh, neat. Curious to see what you do with the darker stuff.
Yeah, I haven't figured out what I'm doing with the darker stuff yet, but I brought a bunch of it. Having this flight well here, God, it makes it so much easier to do aerial view of stuff like that.
Maybe some pellets. Maybe you could make it go from dark blue to light blue.
See, I've also got the raw prismarine. I guess I need my toolbar. There we go. The non-brick prismarine that I could use. I didn't have enough of that to do the whole walls.
Ugly. No.
So it's like a similar color, but a different texture. It's got more of like a pebbly texture, and it's kind of more green blue.
How do I?
Maybe I should use that for like the flat areas where the stone is. The surfaces that the turtles can like crawl around on. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna use this stuff for the flat areas. I've got 4 stacks of it. Okay, there we go. Now, the dark strips. Should I put the dark stuff at like the raw edges maybe to make it look like that's the weathered edge of that material? Let's try that.
Go stone. Stone. All the time I've spent in this stuff. Hey.
What do you think, Zook? Do the dark stuff along the edges?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Make it look like that was the part exposed to the weather and...
Well, part exposed to weird. Part exposed to the weather and or when it starts hitting the rock.
Yeah, like it's dying where the brick is sitting on it. Yeah, I think that'll work.
And if you do run out of some of that stuff, I know where more is.
Oh, I'm sure.
There's one just to the east of me, and then there's actually set one of my teleports to one where there's an island between two of them, and I've only half demolished one.
And then on top of that, I've found at least 5 more of them, just in my exploration around where I am and east of here. So I don't think any of the ones you mentioned are down in this way.
Nope.
You know, the funny thing is, even if you were to completely destroy the whole temple, if a random person were to sprint through there, they would still spawn.
Yep, they'll still get ganged by the Guardians.
So pain.
That makes me a little bit happy, knowing that the Guardians will still spawn in the right biome.
Yeah. Happy, that's the word.
Well, because then you'll actually still be able to go and get Prismarine from them, for example, instead of having having to go find a completely new source.
Speaking of, did you want shards or crystals?
Yeah, if you've got them, I'll buy them off you and combine them with the ones I've got.
Yeah, because I haven't found a whole lot of them, so I haven't thrown up on the thing yet.
Oh, I think that looks really good. I'm not sure where my voice went just there, but
You're becoming a real boy.
I think it has something to do with the amount of potatoes I've been eating and not drinking after, so my throat's getting a little dry.
Sweet.
Fair enough.
Tell you this, I'm gonna sleep like a freaking log today. They were doing road work outside my place the other day, and then yesterday, Wolf and I were playing Ark, and as Ark often is, it's just one disaster after another kind of thing. So we were unfucking the last such disaster, and Araha, or whoever, was like, why are you still up at 12:30? And, oh, I remember, I got an angry text from the cats, indicating they did not approve of me being awake this late. So, that's what it was, yeah. I got an angry text at like 12:30, going like, why? Why are you still awake? Signed, the cats. So, between one thing and then after that, there was this giant fucking thunderstorm here last night. I don't know if you got as loud a storm out there as we got here, but there was one boom that went off over the house, shook the bloody windows. All 3 of the cats looked like they had just been freshly abused, like somebody had just backhanded each of them. Gorf's tail was all fluffed up, and it fairly bounced me out of bed. So I went downstairs and shut the computer off. Yeah,
Wait. Lightning hit, and that's what happened? Or
it was the lightning was, or the thunder was so close that it rattled. Yeah, it rattled the house.
Yeah, we got hail and all that too.
Yeah, we didn't get any hail here. I was really surprised we didn't.
It was pretty light. Like it was dangling the along the side of my air conditioner, so that's the only reason I heard.
The thunder was pretty violent here, and like 10:30, I was on my way back from going to Wendy's to pick up a giant drink and a couple of burgers because I was super fucking tired since the thunder just it didn't stop. It kept going and going and going all evening. So I ended up getting less than a quality sleep. And so on my way back from Wendy's, there was this bright flash of lightning up Regent to the east, just when I was coming over the overpass there. And it wasn't just like, oh, here's a flash of lightning. It was flash, 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 flash. It happened so many times I couldn't keep count. It was like 11 or 12 shots of lightning, of bright lightning over there. It was very focused.
That's kind of cool.
And very centralized, and it was kind of fucking scary, because it's like, that's an awful lot of wrath for nature to be dropping on one location, one spot, and it was the same spot in the sky.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, like that's a bad place to be, wherever that is happening. That guy there is very sorry for what he did, and it just went boom, 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 over and over and over, just staccato shots of lightning. I'm like, holy fuck, is this ever gonna stop? And it was at least 11. I don't know if it was more. I couldn't keep accurate count and still drive. Fuck, was it bright? Like, it was hard to see what I was doing with the amount of light it was producing. So it was pretty intense, and it just, like, the whole evening was filled with this violent storm. It was kind of impressive. Really
Not so much the thunder and lightning here, though. Just rain. A lot of rain. Like sheets
I'd
of it.
really like to know what brought that violent lightning on my way home. That was, I mean, it was cool as hell to see, but Jesus. Nobody needs that much lightning in their life. Thank you for your business, Mushy. There we go.
Literally has a whole forest next to them. Chooses to buy wood.
Well, it's faster, easier than chopping trees for 20 minutes.
I really need to chop the forest next to me, because the dirt is like gone. There's just a bunch of floating trees. But laziness will.
So you destroyed the soil without taking the trees off of it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like mankind does. Form nature to our will.
And then punish nature for, not being the shape we wanted it in the first place.
Mm-hmm. And then nature strikes back. But this is not real life, so nature never strikes back.
Nature strikes back with violent lightning that you can't count it so fast.
Did you at least, make a... I almost said clip it, but then I remembered life is not a stream. Did you record it?
No, I was driving. There was no way I could actually record it while I was driving.
Cops seeing you do that. Do we?
You couldn't even react fast enough. Like, by the time I would have reacted, like getting my phone unlocked, the lightning would have been done.
So it was just a quick burst, like a Jericho, like burst fire.
Yeah, there was
a lot in a quick.
It was maybe like a second and a half for all of that lightning. It just was boom, 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 whole bunch of shots all in a rapid fire like that.
Was it pretty?
It was just bright. It was super duper bright, and I couldn't tell what it was the lightning was hitting, but I could tell it was the same thing over and over because of where the silhouettes were for all the things around it. So it was like the tallest tree in that field, or the tallest building in that area, or whatever that was getting hit. I could see the silhouettes of all the other stuff around it.
I thought lightning didn't hit the same spot twice.
Oh, that's a myth. That's a very, very big myth. I know a guy who got killed because he got hit by lightning. Not once, but 3 times.
The man is amazing. He survived 2 hits from lightning. Oh, God, really smited.
Survive is a strong word. I feel like he was
still alive after.
he was not the same person after the first one, and the second one pretty well ruined him. Honestly, I don't know how he managed to get hit a third time. I would have lived underground after getting hit by lightning. But he was out in a metal boat in the middle of the lake and got struck by lightning the third time, and that was the one that killed him.
Why? Of course that's gonna kill you. The electricity is not going anywhere.
No, and even if it hit somewhere relatively nearby, if it hit like the water, it could still very well get to you because of the fact that it's a giant lake. The whole thing's a conductor. But yeah, he was out on his boat the third time, and it wasn't raining. In his defense, it's not like he went out in a storm. It was overcast, and it looked like it was going to rain, and so he was going to go do a little bit of fishing before the rain started. And the rain never really happened. It just started with the thunder and lightning. And when they found him, his boat was melted. His motor was blown. He was dead. But like, there's absolutely no doubt what happened to him.
That's big yikes.
Yeah, it was my dad's cousin. I don't remember how old he was. I think he was in his early 40s the third time. And I think the other 2 times he was like 38, 39. He was just a few years younger. But it was all in the span of relatively short time that he got zapped repeatedly.
Rough. Real. But that's one way to go at least. Much more humane.
It's an interesting way to go. I mean, there's...
What bad thing did he do? Like, somebody up there really wanted him gone. Sheesh.
Well, I never met the guy, but my dad always just said that he was kind of a fuck up. He didn't really do anything with his life. He never really amounted to much.
Oof. Well, at least he's known as the person who survived 3 strikes.
Survived 2.
You never know if he survived the third one.
Oh no, he was dead. He was very dead the third time.
No. Maybe he just cooked and then went.
He was
like, drowned, maybe.
No, it looked like what happens when people touch high power wires and that. He was cooked. He was cooked.
Deep fried. Okay. Now onto a positive note. I have no positive note, so Digital, hit me with a positive.
Did you know that petting a cat stimulates the same part of the brain as feeding the cat?
Oh.
It's kind of weird, eh?
Yeah. Pretty weird. Like.
Yeah. So when cats are hungry, they're not just rubbing up against people because they're trying to suck up and get food, it actually fires the same nerves as when they get full and their stomach says, okay, you've eaten enough, you don't need to eat. So it helps to take the edge off of the hunger, I guess, is the best way to describe it.
So it's kind of like what kids do when sucking.
It's kind of like what?
You know what kids do when they suck on their thumb? Babies.
Yeah, the replacement for a bottle or a pacifier.
Yeah. They,
Okay, so I need shards and crystals, and I can make sea lanterns. Well, why is that recipe not showing up when I look for it? Ah, because I have to specifically search for that one. There we go. Sea lanterns.
the prettiest light source in the game.
I like them. I think I will use them in the turtle enclosure instead of the glowstone that I've got in there. Okay, these I brought back. Prismarine shards can go back in there. Now the real question becomes, do I have enough sea lanterns to go around?
Yeah, look. Should be fine.
True. No, not hitting the cat, Aroha. Petting the cat.
She's gonna ask you the difference.
Yeah, I know, because when she goes to feed a pig with a carrot in her hand, she kills it. Oh yeah, that looks much better. That looks much better.
I wish I could see it, but tapping out lags my game.
No problem. You'll see it when you're here next.
No, the stream is still running in the background.
Yeah, it looks nice.
I'm even gonna do the ones in the sand, I think, because it just fits better.
Are you planning on making a coral reef for the turtles?
I was thinking about doing some coral under here, but I don't know if I can harvest it. Is a silk touch pickaxe all you need to harvest that?
I think a normal pickaxe works.
No, that kills the coral.
Really? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, then a silk touch.
Yeah.
Silk touch.
He had just tried it, which is why I was figuring the silk touch probably.
You need silk touch, and you need to make sure it touches water at all time,
Yes.
or else it goes bye-bye.
Yeah. Taking it out of the water will kill it. I know that much. Aren't they pretty? They look so good.
1, 5, 6, 7, 9. Huh. Should have looked more at Sesame Street.
Wait, what?
I miscounted. Like
Oh.
Is Sesame Street a thing? Or do
I'm pretty
kids
sure
not know about it?
I'm pretty sure it's still around. Last time I looked was when my kid was really young. So let's go. dozen years ago, and it was Sesame Street was still a thing.
Because Sesame Street was like
That's beautiful.
the main way of learning stuff.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
No, it's 1,
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
2.
We've got all these
Counting with
goofy things
counting
stuck
with
in
a
our
duck.
head. Counting with a duck.
Cooking.
What
No,
about-
duck. What? The count. Counting with the count.
Oh yeah, counting with the Duke, the count. What about Friend Record? When you watched it, did they still have Friend Record on there?
No,
Yeah. See, I
I
thought
don't know.
I
I don't
thought
know
that
what that
might,
is.
I thought that might be a thing that disappeared. A Friend Record was this person in a costume dressed up to look like an old vinyl record.
Oh,
And
don't.
I'm guessing
think
that they got rid of it because kids now have no idea what a record is. They've never seen one, probably.
That makes sense. I also remember the giant purple dragonish thing.
Barney?
Barney? Yeah, Barney.
I
Cookie
love
Monster.
you, you love me.
Yo, that thing was that hyped me up every time I looked at it. My mom at a point thought there was something wrong with me
Because you didn't like Barney? Yeah, you're weird.
because I liked it too much.
Oh dear. Mom, can I watch the Barney show? For the love of God, go watch some violent movies.
Now I used to switch over from real quick from horror to Barney. Like one moment I'm watching Barney, the other moment I'm watching like Splice or Resident Evil or something like that.
Okay, that is a little strange.
And it's an activity I did with my father. Brothers closer, watching horror movies, action movies.
Yeah, see, horror movies now, I watch tons of them. I watch them all the time. But to go from like Barney to horror movie is it's a weird
Did you ever see that it's poorly animated? I don't know the budget of the movie, but it's Killer Bean.
killer what?
Killer Bean, like a bean.
No.
Yeah, it's like it's supposed to be a it's so. If I were to watch it now, it would be bad. But back when I was a kid, no, let me rephrase that. Back when I was younger, it was so fun watching that movie.
And it was about what kind of bean?
I don't know what kind of bean he was. He was just a brown bean that could like his gun skills were amazing.
I was not prepared for that. His gun skills were amazing.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay.
You have if you ever have free time, search up. If you can get past how it looks, you should be fine.
Search up Killer Bean. Oh yeah. Yeah, that Prismarine looks real good in here now.
I wonder if people would buy hay bales.
They're good for runic energy.
Yeah, that's my whole thought about selling them.
Yeah.
Selling.
if they're selling for a reasonable price. Well, thank you, Aroha. I think if you sell them for a reasonable price, you'll probably have no trouble selling them because they're
Okay.
900, almost 900 runic energy.
What's a reasonable price for mending books?
I don't know. I would say probably in the neighborhood of 4,000. It really, you should only ever have to buy a handful of them, so I could see an argument for charging a lot for them, but if you do, you're probably not going to sell many of them. Yeah, maybe try for something in the neighborhood of 4,000 or 5,000.
I literally have my mending books for 4K.
Yeah.
But nobody checked my store.
I have my own townies, so I don't have to buy.
You don't have shipping edge though.
No, that's true. I also don't have Unbreaking 3. Unbreaking 3 or Protection 4 last I looked.
Oh, the pain of